In this tutorial, we're going to talk about how we can go ahead and change Artisteer itself so that whenever we create a Joomla template, the headline as well as the slogan text will be dynamically created from the Joomla site itself. Normally, if you look at an Artisteer template under the header tab, you'll see a section for a headline and slogan text. When you put that information in, Artisteer ends up hard coding that right into your index.php file. What we want to be able to do by making the changes we're going to make is go ahead and let all the templates that we make for Joomla pull it right from our Joomla install. So, in order to do this, one of the first things we're going to have to do is go into our Artisteer program files. Now, since we're actually making changes to information contained within Artisteer, you want to make sure you back up all of your files that you're going to change. The other thing that could happen somewhere down the road is if there's an update or an upgrade to the program, that those updates or upgrades may overwrite what you've done here, and you might have to go back and do it again. All of the code snippets that we'll be using to do this will be available at artisteerhelp.com under our tutorial section. So feel free to head over there and get the required code that you would need to change this, as well as more detailed instructions. So what we're going to do is go into our program files, Artisteer2, go under /library/data/templates/Joomla/export/glyphs. The file that we want to look for is called logo.html. So you can go ahead and open that up with whatever text editor you feel like using, or the one you're most comfortable with. And if you go ahead and look at that, piece of the original code is going to have one piece called name and one called text. What we're going to end up doing is actually replacing that code with a couple bits of PHP snippets that will dynamically get the information from Joomla. The first piece we're going to replace is the site name and the meta description. So that way, anytime those things change on any of these templates, it will automatically be generated again on the front page of your website or anywhere else you have the header, obviously. So once we've got those changes made, let's go ahead and do an export of this and see if it works. We'll call it headline_test. We'll export it right up to our test site. And off we go. So after we've logged into our Joomla installation, we want to go to our template manager. There's our headline test. We'll go ahead and make that the default. Now if we look at the front page, refresh the page, there it is. Since the text kind of overruns a little bit under this template, we'll go to our site, control panel, global configuration, and we'll delete part of that text. So where it's now getting the information from under your global configuration is your site name. And let's make that Artisteer Help Rocks. Took out the other text under the global site meta description. That will be your new slogan. We'll click Save. Go back. Let's refresh this. In this particular case, we can see that the header drops down a little bit too much. So let's just call it AH. See if it fits a little better. There you go. Now we've got the entire bit of text up in our header. That is one thing I guess you'll have to be aware of also, is depending upon how far you've set the text area as to how big you can make your slogans as well as site name. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Like in this case, we could go back to our header and change that information. Again, head on over to artisteerhelp.com for a full written tutorial as well as the code snippets. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this tutorial.